Kitchen. I'm Jennifer, and today we're going to be making a sofrito. I made a previous sofrito video, and today we're going to be making a more advanced sofrito video. So if you look back at my old videos, it's called Sofrito 101, and today we're going to be adding more ingredients to the sofrito. So let me tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need culantro or recao. I have about 4 stacks of them. You're going to need red onion, you're gonna need yellow onion, you're gonna need garlic, red pepper, green pepper, Italian pepper, and ají dulce. We may not be using all of the peppers. We're gonna wash all this stuff up. I'm gonna chop it up and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna use. You're also gonna need about 1/4 cup of oil to 1/2 cup of oil, depending. This is a teaspoon of ground oregano. This is a teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna need some water. You're also gonna need a blender. Let me wash up all the stuff and cut it up, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like and what yours should look like. And we're gonna come back. So I just washed the culantro, and this is what it should be looking like right now. And you know how the garlic, I buy the garlic already in that like plastic jar. I used about 1/2 of the jar. I might use more, but for now I think that's enough. So I'm gonna keep washing stuff and cutting it up, and I'm gonna keep adding it to this. So I've cut everything up and I've washed everything. So I just want to show you, I've cut 4 yellow onions, 2 red onions. I did 1/2 of the green pepper, 1/2 of the red pepper, 1/2 of the Italian pepper, which is the Cubanela pepper or Cubanela pepper. I did the ají dulce. I wanted to show you. So ají dulce, you take the top off. You just split them up, and you gotta take the seeds out. You don't cut that with the seeds, and you don't take the stems. And I have underneath here is my garlic and everything. So everything is washed and prepped. So once I start adding to the blender later on, I'll smell it and I'll see. And we'll see if we're gonna need any more of that other peppers, because you don't want to overpower it with the peppers. You want to be able to smell the recao. The reason I only use recao, I see people use cilantro. I was not taught that way to do it with cilantro. My grandmother did not use cilantro. She only used recao. Everyone in our family did, all our neighbors did that we knew of. But recao gives it a stronger taste. It's this recao is the base of Puerto Rican food. I feel that when you put cilantro, it kind of mellows out your food and it makes it bland. So I'm gonna see, I'm hoping I even have enough recao for all of this, but it should be all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the blender and we're gonna see, okay? What I start to do first is I start to do my onions, because you know onions throws off water. So once you start to get the water going, it's gonna be better for you to blend the rest of the stuff. So I'm gonna add my onions. We're gonna start to blend it little by little. So now what you're gonna do is, I've already put all the onions. You're just gonna start adding the rest of the ingredients, and you need something to the side of you, because since you're making a large amount, you're gonna have to start dumping some out, okay? So I just want to show you, we've already made this much, and it smells so good, oh my god. And we still have all of this. I had to put the rest of the red pepper because it's gonna need it. All of the ají dulce that comes, my ají dulces come in a package like this. And I add a little more green pepper, so I still have garlic and everything, and we're still gonna wind up having to probably use some more pepper, but we're gonna see. We're gonna start dumping it into a pot or something, and we're just gonna keep adding. So what I do is I'm gonna empty out about 1/2 of this into something, and I'm gonna keep adding more ingredients little by little, and I'm gonna smell it along the way. If I need to add more onion, I will, but I'm doubting it. I'm still haven't had to take it out. It keeps taking more and more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of that oil that I told you. Not all of it. We're going to keep it just in case I have to, but try and keep the majority of the oil in this one. Just in case you have to separate it. The majority of the salt. Now what the salt and the oil do is it preserves and it keeps it longer. And you're going to add the majority of the oregano in this one. So if you can see, I just kept a little bit of everything. I think I can use some of the oregano in this one. Okay. Now we're going to put the top back on. I'm going to keep blending and blending. So I blended everything and I put it in a big bowl. So this is the consistency that your sofrito should be. It all fit into one blender process. So I was able to just add the rest of the oregano and the oil and everything. This is the way it should look. And this is the consistency it should be. Now I would put this in plastic containers, glass containers. I would put one in the fridge and then I would put one in the freezer. And they can last me anywhere between 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a week. It depends on how much you cook, how big your containers are. And they'll stay in the freezer. They can last about up to a month. And I just put them in the fridge or in the freezer. And every time I need them, I take them out. Once one is finishing in the fridge, I start to take out the one that was in the freezer and I just put it in the fridge and it starts to thaw. That way you don't have to worry about it defrosting and leaving it out. Once I start to see it running low, I put it in the fridge so that when I go to use it, it's already defrosted. I was able to get this big jar, this little smaller jar, which is not that small. I think it's like 32 ounces. And the thing that the ají dulce came in. This I'll use first. I'll probably make some beans and stuff today. And it smells so good. I'm going to say something. The oregano is optional. If you don't want to add oregano to it, you don't have to. That's optional. It just gives it a different flavor. And later on, you might not have to add it when you go to use the sofrito to cook with. Because you already have oregano in it. You can add more oregano to your food, that's fine. But you don't have to. So this is a different version of sofrito. But you don't have to add the oregano if you don't want to. Now the oil and the salt will preserve it longer. So tell me what you think. Try out this recipe. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel. Please leave any comments down below. And tell me what else you'd like me to make. And I don't know if you can hear all the wind coming out the window. That's the storm Isaias coming to New York. So everyone be safe and thank you. Bye.